Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I will solve with you three questions from about section 4.4, which is binomial distribution. First of all, we will solve question 32. Also, we will solve question 37 and question number 42. Let's begin with question number 32. Here, consider a binomial experiment with n equal 10 and b equal 0.1. We will write the notation let x has binomial n semicolon b, which this is has x as a random variable, then x has a binomial 10 and 0.1. B is binomial, the first letter, distribution. N sample size, B probability of success. Compute, then I will move here to a white we will move to a white paper and taking the values here. Here, question number 32, page, I will see it, page 248, page 248. Suppose x has binomial n semicolon b, which means that x has binomial 10 and 0.1. Here, the probability distribution for x is f of x equal n over x. You must write always the general formula, b to the power x 1 minus b to the power n minus x, where x equals 0, 1, 2, up to n, 0 otherwise. Then here, remove n, you will have 10 over x, b 0.1 to the power x, 0.9, since 1 minus 0.1, 0.9, 10 minus x, where x equals 0, 1, 2, up to 10. 0 otherwise. Here, first of all, I want to find f of 0. Then substitute 10 over 0, 0.1 to the power 0, 0.9 to the power 10 minus 0. All this is 1. If you open it, you will find, open the combination, you will find it is 1. This is also 1. You will have 0.9 to the power 10. second question, f of 2 f of 2 f of 2, remove x and put 2, 10 over 2, 0.1 to the power 2, 0.9 to the power 8. Leave it. I don't want the last answer. Here, part C, compute probability x less than or equal to 2, or at most. Probability x less than or equal to 2 equal to 2. Here I will say that find the probability of x that is at most 2 means less than or equal to 2. Here you will have x from 0 to 2, 10 to the power x, 0.1 to the power x, 0.9 to the power 10 minus x, which means that you will find f0 plus f1 plus f2, but leave it as it is like this. I accept it. Number 4, you will have here probability x greater than or equal to 1, at least 1. Probability x greater than or equal to 1. You can solve it by two ways. First of all, you can put like this summation sign, x from 1 up to 10, 10 to the power over x, 0.1 to the power x, 0.9 to the power 10 minus x. And I don't want the last answer, or 1 minus probability x equals 0. Since it begins from 1 to up to 10, and here the domain x from 0 up to 10, then you will have you must find probability from 1 up to 10, then the total sum of probability 1 minus probability x equal to 0, which is here we calculated 1 minus 0.9 to the power 10. Don't calculate again. Use the data that you have calculated before. Number 5, find expectation of x, or mu, which is n في b. You must memorize it. n 10, b 0.1, which is 1. Number 6, find sigma square and sigma. Sigma square equal n في b في 1 minus b. Here you will have n 10 multiplied by 0.1 multiplied by 0.9. Then you will have it 0.9. Sigma is a population standard deviation, will be square root n b في 1 minus b, which is square root 0.9. And we don't want to have the last answer. Here, question number 37. Question number 37, understand here is interactive survey reported that 25% of employees said that their company is loyal to them, is loyal to them. Then, suppose 10 employees are selected randomly and will be interviewed about company loyalty. Then, before question number 37, the same page, I will have question number 37 page, the same page, 248, page 248. I will take the data from the question. Let x equal, define it as here, interviewed about company loyalty, employees interviewed about loyalty. Here, employees interviewed about loyalty. Here, employees about loyalty. N equal 10 and B equal 25%. Here, N equal 10, B equal 25%. You will have return to here, about loyalty. Here, define x as a random variable that has binomial n semicolon b, which is binomial n how much? 10 semicolon 0.25. Then the probability distribution of x is f of x equal probability capital X equal little x. This is random variable and this is the value equal n over x n minus x, but notice x 0, 1, 2 semicolon n, 0 otherwise. This introduction must be written for all the questions of binomial, and also you must write an introduction for Poisson distribution and for normal distribution. This introduction will have 2 to 3 marks when we correct any question. Is the selection of 10 employees binomial experiment? Yes, and I answer it. What is the probability? None of the 10 employees will say their company is loyal to them. Part A, here is part A. Part A. Part B, none means probability x capital X equals 0 or if is 0 will be what? N 10 over 0, which is 1, 0.25 to the power 0, 0.75 to the power 10. You will have 0.75 to the power 10. Part C. Part C, what is the probability that 4 of the 10 employees will say their company is loyal to them? It means probability of X, Part C, probability of X equal 4, which is if 4 equal 10 over 4, 0.25 to the power 4, and 0.75 to the power 6. Don't find the last answer. I don't want it. Here, the question, part D, what is the probability that at least 2 of the 10 employees will say their company is loyal to them? At least 2. Then here, number D, at least 2, which means summation of X equal to till 10, 10 over X, 0.25 to the power X, and 0.75 to the power 10 minus X, or 1 minus summation X equal X equal 0 to 1, since I want from 2 till 10, in order to have 1, still probability of X equal 0, X equal 1, 10 over X, 0.25 to the power X, 0.75 to the power 10 minus X, which is 1 minus F is 0 plus F1. This is a second way. Here I will give you more questions. DE, what is the probability that there is one employee that exceed يزيد exceed the loyalty here means probability X Here solution, probability x exceed 1, more than 1, which means 1 minus probability x less than or equal to 1. Exceed 1 means a probability x greater than or equal to 2. Greater than or equal to 2, which is the same that as number 8. And it has the same solution. It will be the same as before. 1 minus f0 plus fl1. Suppose I want to ask you find the mean and a standard deviation. Deviation the mean and the standard deviation. I will find here mu equal n في b, which is 10 multiplied by 25%. You will have it 2.5. And sigma square n في b في 1 minus b, which is 10 multiplied by 25 over 100 multiplied by 75 over 100. You will have here you will have here 25 multiplied by 75 over 1000. Sigma will be square root n في b في 1 minus b, which is square root 25 multiplied by 75 over 1000. Now I will return to solve with you question number 42. According the same page, no, question number 42, page 248. Question number 42, page 249. See, read the question here. Suppose, according to a survey conducted by TD, Amir trade, 1 out of 4 investors have exchanged 1 over 4, which is 0.25 or 25%. Have exchanged traded funds in their profiles. Consider a sample, this is B, N equal 20 investors. Compute the probability that exactly 4 investors have exchanged traded funds in their profiles. Now, before we begin to solve, we must make 2 to 3 lines as an introduction. Here, assume exchange on their profile. No, يعني you can take it from the question يعني not to discover it or something. X has, which is a random variable, has binomial n semicolon b, which is binomial 20 and 25%. Then the probability distribution of x is probability capital X equal little x. I said before, capital X means random variable, small x means a number. N over x, b to the power x, 1 minus b to the power n minus x, where x 0, 1, 2, up to n, 0 otherwise. Notice here probability capital X equal little x means instead of n put 20 over x, instead of b 0.25 to the power x, 0.75 to the power 20 minus x, x equals 0, 1, 2 up to 20, 0 otherwise. Now I will begin to solve number A. Compute the probability exactly for investors have exchanged funds in their profiles. A, probability x equal 4, which means 20 over 4, 0.25 over 4, 0.75 over to the power 16. And don't find the last answer. I don't need it. Here, part B. Compute the probability that at least 2 of the investors have exchanged traded fund in their profile, at least 2, which means probability x greater than or equal to 2, which is 1 minus probability x less than or equal to 1. You can solve it by 2 ways, and I show you before. 1 minus summation x 0, 1, 20 over x, 0.25 to the power x, 0.75 to the power 16 minus x. Notice here that he said to you b equal 1 over 4, which is 0.25. Here I will solve now question number C. If we found that exactly 12 of the investors have exchanged traded funds in their profile, would you doubt in the accuracy of the survey result? I will here delete this part. Now we return back exactly 12, and the second part find the expected number 12. Part C. Part C, probability x equal 12, which is 20 over 12, 0.25 to the power 12, 0.75 to the power 8. Number D, find the mu n by b, which is 20 multiplied by 25 over 100. You will have it 0, 5 over 10, which is 5. Number, it is not requested in the question, but find it. Sigma square n free b free 1 minus b, which is 20 multiplied by 25 over 100 multiplied by 75 over 100. You will have it here 5 by 75 over 100, here 25, 35, 37 over 100, which means 3.75. If he wants you to calculate the standard deviation, it will be square root nb for 1 minus b, which is square root 3.75. Thank you very much for your listening, and we finish now section 4.4 by solving 3 examples. Next video will be the last video in chapter 5, which is Poisson distribution. Thank you for your listening.